Genesis 10:15, it tells you the descendants of Ham, and the Amorites and the Hittites are the descendants of Ham, black people.
So, concluding his first statement, or or trying to prove that that them the nativity of Jerusalem is of the Amorite and the Hittite, already debunked them. So we good on that. But let's just listen to his sum up. Him summing it up, and his final point in proving that Yahweh was really talking to some Canaanites. This guy is funny, man. Roll tape.
He says, "Thus says the Lord unto Jerusalem, thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan. Thy father was an Amorite and thy mother a Hittite." You read Genesis 10:15, it tells you the descendants of Ham, and the Amorites and the Hittites are the descendants of Ham, black people. So God is saying, Jerusalem, you come from Ham, but Jerusalem is supposed to be of Shem. It's supposed to be where the Israelites come from. So God is saying here that the Israelites come from Ham. But let's go down here, let's make sure we're talking about the same Israelites, the same people. So when you go read 16:8, it says, "Now when I passed by thee and looked upon thee."
Now he giving a validation on an invalid claim. We already debunked his ass. You have the spirit of the Hittite and the Amorite. Surely he should know this.
"Behold, thy time was the time of love, and I spread my skirt over thee, and covered thy nakedness. Yea, I swear unto thee, and enter into a covenant with thee, saith the Lord God, and thou becomest mine." So now, did God make a covenant with the Jebusites? Did he make a covenant with Ham? Did he make a covenant with Jebus, or any of these people that's coming from the line of Ham? No. We know he's making a covenant with the Israelites. So who is God talking to here? He's talking to Jerusalem. He's talking to the Israelites because they are the only people who fit the covenant and what he's talking about. So why is it saying in the beginning? Why is he saying that these people come from the line of Ham, but these Hebrew Israelites are telling you we came from Shem? What's going on here? So now let's bring this whole thing together so you can understand what it's.
Now watch the foolery of this fool. Trip off this, fam. We gonna get him.
Taking place and what this book is about. This Bible, especially the Old Testament, is all about the conquest of black people, period. They never mention any of the people of the tribe of Shem. They don't go into what happened to these people. We don't find them in history. We don't find them nowhere. The Bible tells you that they don't build anything. They don't build any cities. They go into lands that was built by the people of the tribe of Ham and conquer it. Just like in real life. What happened in real life? All the lands that we had, they came into and took. You talking about the people from Japheth and from Shem. But who are they really? Who are they really? We're talking about Arabs, we're talking about the Romans and the Greeks. We're talking about white people, we're talking about Arabs. That's who Japheth and Shem represents. Period. It don't represent no black people. Black people are of Ham, if you want to go and use it biblically. But in real life, it's just justifying what they did to us. That's all it's doing. By saying that, we conquered these black people and took our Arabs. That's who Japheth and Shem represents. Period. It don't represent no black people. Black people are of Ham, if you want to go and use it biblically. But in real life, it's just justifying what they did to us. That's all it's doing. By saying that, we conquered these black people and took their
You mean to tell me this guy ain't got a clue what the hell they was doing in them times? You mean that this well-trained scholar, this atheistic scholar, telling the people right now that he don't know why this was happening to them? Man, that's crazy.
Saying, trying to make it biblical, saying that God said it was okay. So it says, when the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land, whether thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. They went in and conquered all these lands. This is a black people was talking about. These
you goddamn right.
Folks. That we had the Greeks, and the Romans, and the Persians, and the Arabs.
Now, you see these massive structures? You see all this right here? All this is for the gods. When the god died, he lived in these places. Because they all follow the same Kemetic religion. Dead people walk around these places. You go do witchcraft and magic and all this shit in these places. You damn right that shit gonna get towed down. Just like these cities that need to be destroyed in the present. Because they ain't none but wicked places. Get up out of here, Marco, but you full of shit.
Come in and take from us. They took it from us under the guise of religion, under the guise of this made up God. Basically saying that it was ordained by God. This is God's will that these people be wiped out and destroyed, and we take over their lands. Because they never show you in the Bible the people of Shem building anything. They don't build anything. They don't have any cities. They come into cities and they conquer. Plain and simple. It's trying to take history and make it biblical and use it to justify what happened to black people.
Now, fam, I want to jump. This guy jumping, so I'm going to jump right with him. We dissecting his ass. Now he going to jump to Deuteronomy 7. He don't know why God is destroying these people. He don't know why. We going to get why. Because you got to read the chapter before, and then you read under it to get the full understanding. Check this one out right here, man. He about to be slashed across his neck on this one.
Here to 6 it says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." So these people are special. One minute, God is saying in the Bible that.
So he says these people are special. What makes them so special? Here we go. Why are they so special? Why? Man, if I ain't hurt, if you ain't bleeding right now, you're about to be really leaking. Let's get that Deuteronomy 7. Let's get that. So let's get a breakdown on Deuteronomy 7. Let's start at 1. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, thou shalt cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, Girgashites, Amorites, Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, Jebusites, 7 great nations in thou. Okay, so let's go where he went. Okay, so 7 and 2, utterly destroyed them. He got a problem with that. Then so now we had 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto his son. For thy will to turn away from thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods, so will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. So you don't want to follow them because you're destroying your temple. But here go the dagger right here. Deuteronomy 7 and 5. See, the guy didn't go down. He ain't go down for y'all. LA Ghetto Time News, we're going to go down for y'all, and we're going to break it down in layman terms and give you the full perspective and the full view on it. We're not going to hoodwink you. When we tell LA Ghetto Time News, when we tell history, man, we tell the whole history. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Told y'all this before. But thus say ye, deal with them, ye shall destroy their altars and break down their images and cut down their groves and burn their graven images with fire. Again, paganism, occultism. You know what's the funny thing about it? Man introduced all this stuff. Man introduced the snake worship. Man introduced monotheism. Man introduced polytheism. Man did this. We have to go back to the origins, and we got to figure out the beginning of man. Did man have a concept of one God or many gods? That's what we got to think about. And also we got to think about it culturalistically, religiously, and etc. etc. So religiously, in the beginning of time, was we doing this, or was this introduced to the what you want to call early man having all this 7 chakras? See, I don't get this. I'm trying to figure out if you got all if we were holiest than thou in the beginning of creation. Scientists, man, we breaking down DNA, we traveling in galaxy. However y'all point of view is, talking to you comedic community, because y'all got different styles and philosophies of what chakras is and all and things of that nature. But if we were above ourselves, disqualifying the Darwinism, if we were at a high state and we became low, what was that high state? You mean to tell me your guy was drinking blood? And let's get into that. Because these are things we got to understand, man. Like, we got to ask ourselves, who the first fucking humans that start drinking blood? Like, who the first ones was? One way we can identify that is by looking at civilizations right now. Because 9 times out of 10, they've been doing the same thing ever since ancient times. And so, now we have Levitical laws. See, you can't escape this when you're dealing with the Torah. You can't escape the laws. So let me tell you what happened. Cause we know Natufians was drinking blood. And we know the African tribes that was in Africa migrating and all that, they were drinking blood. This is a fact. Because they still do it today and they say it's a tradition. That's how we know. So, here we go with Levitical law. So this what it is. You can say that the Hebrews are Africans all you want. You can do it through mitochondrial DNA or however you going to say it and however you going to do it. The fact is that these people looked behind their back and they saw the wickedness of the world. And these people came together and formed these laws. And mind you, these laws predate the Bible. So, if these laws predate, and guess what? Most laws are DNA based. And what I mean by that? That means you come out the womb with certain laws and principles that you have to follow. That's just encoded in your DNA. Let me tell you what one of them is. One of them is if you was to see one of your family members in an awkward position, you got something in your brain that triggers your mouth to say, ugh. See, Africa doesn't have a concept. Because you say, because this is what they say. They say we don't have a concept of good and evil. We don't have a concept of wearing clothes around your goddamn family members. But let me ask you the question, Markable and Kemetic community. What did your God wear clothes? Do your gods have on clothes in the field of reeds right now? Because when we look at the Egyptian walls, all we see is clothes. They clothed. We ain't see no pharaohs naked. They all clothed. And so, dealing with, does your God have a shave? Did he shave his beard? Or his DNA prohibits him from growing a beard, like the rest of Africa? They not hairy people. What did your God shave his beard? Why would a God sit there and tell his people, if you want to look like me, you got to shave your beard? What the hell will God make the hair gene and DNA, but then when you grow, look, this is the fakeness of these guys right here. Wait, your DNA, you got a gene that grow beards and hair on your body, but then when you get grown or whatever, your God say shave it. What the hell he put the hair gene in you for? So these are things we got to understand. Blood drinking, that came upon by man, and through science we can study habitations, and we can see when you're in a time of drought and the world is changing, you're in certain predicaments and you need that nourishment and that iron, you resort to drinking blood. See, when we dealing with the Fertile Crescent, and we ain't talking about, see, and this is another thing, and I told y'all before, they bottleneck society, civilizations, to where after the Ice Age, the dawn of man, they all became the Tufians. They all was Homo sapiens. They put them in one category. So you need to remember that when you're doing studies trying to find out were there a different type of colored man on Earth. So you got to know about the bottlenecking thing. So forbidden eating blood, forbidden. And so so let's read this. So I just want to hit you with a couple of verses in Leviticus 17, man. And whatsoever man there be in the house of Israel, or of the stranger that sojourney among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against thy soul that eateth blood, and I will cut him off from among his people. You got to understand why this was real serious in this time. See, you got to understand the areas surrounding these people. Pagan areas, man. Come on, man. This guy Markable don't know how pagan these motherfuckers was back then. But you talking about you a well-trained historian? Just like the rest of you Kemetic niggas, you niggas supposed to be well-trained historians. And you niggas, when you niggas do lectures and all that, why you don't never do lectures talking about the blood that people used to eat and drink? You know, it's funny. These people do lectures of elevation and enlightenment. But where's the lectures about the foulness and the danger and the murder and the chaos and things that you can identify with the present and the past? And so these are things that we supposed to be eradicating. So we supposed to be living in a world where nigga burn all the guns up. Nigga, somebody stab somebody. Nigga, if it's a pedophile in the hood, nigga, kill him, nigga. Nigga, fuck that, nigga. Fuck putting them in jail. Nigga, we don't need jails because we gon' do a nigga in anything he do wrong. Ain't this the society that we're stretching for, we're searching for? This is perfect. But you got these guys right here, if they rule the world the next day, speaking of this conscious communities, comedic niggas, if they rule the world the next day, you gonna have images all up in your damn houses, and you gotta do blood sacrifices and rituals and all type of shit, nigga, to please the gods. Nigga, when Yahweh of the Bible, nigga, tell me I don't need you to do none of that. All I need you to do is be you. The inner conscience of you. Be my side, not the altered state. Don't be the shadow. Be the leader. That's it.